but I want to welcome you all to the spring graduation ceremonies of Fortis College. This is again a true pleasure to graduate so many great kids, and I call them kids because I think I'm older than everyone. But we do this, and again, as Fred said, the graduates could not have done it without the family. And again, I applaud you personally to help and what you've done to help your loved ones get through this ceremony, get to school, and then now the ceremony. Also, we could not get these grads to where they're at without the staff and the instructors of Fortis College. And at this time, I would like to have all the staff and instructors please rise, and let's give them a round of applause. Okay, at this time I want to introduce Mr. Terry Ferris. He is our Dean of Education for Fortis College, and he will then introduce our keynote speaker. But I would like to ask you if you would please turn your cell phones off so that everyone can hear, and we'll move forward. So Mr. Ferris, come on up.
Welcome, everyone. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Dean Viss as our guest speaker. Some of his accomplishments include Cincinnati Magazine's Most Interesting People in Cincinnati for 2011. He's a former World Wrestling Entertainment performer, and currently he is nursing team leader and manager at Greater Cincinnati Behavioral Health Services. It is my pleasure and honor to introduce Mr. Dean Viss.
Wow. This is definitely an honor for me today to speak before you. Heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and refrigeration, associate degree nurses, practical nurses, medical assistants, medical builder and coders, medical office basic x-ray technicians, and associate degree paramedics. Fortis College 2012. Class of 2012. Congratulations. A little bit about myself. My name is Dean Viss, and I got my start in nursing at the Washington Hospital School of Nursing in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I moved on to earn my Bachelor of Science degree at California University of Pennsylvania, and I'm currently a student at Xavier University working on my master's in nursing. And I started nursing before I could legally walk into a bar and drink a beer. Wow. And I started on an adolescent unit at a small, privately owned psychiatric hospital in Pittsburgh called Southwood. And I eventually, during my tenure at Southwood, worked on each and every unit, the girls' residential, the boys' residential, inpatient child, inpatient adolescent, and eventually became the house supervisor there. And like many of you already, and like many of you who are going to embark on an amazing journey, my career took an interesting twist and had the opportunity to perform as a World Wrestling Entertainment performer in front of 40,000 plus people. But I have to say that speaking in front of you today is probably one of the most honored things that I've done in my career. And I really appreciate that opportunity. Because Fortis College, there's a special place in my heart for Fortis College. Not long ago, for a few years, I stood in front of the classroom as a Fortis College instructor. So I know how hard each and every one of you have worked in your respective fields. and you all need to be very, very proud of that. Currently, I am working as the nursing team leader at Greater Cincinnati Behavioral Health, where I'm in charge of holistic health care nurses, integrated care nurses, ACT nurses, and psychiatric nurses. And I have to say that I am having a blast. But I've learned a few things along the way, and I'd like to share with you, and I'd like for each and every one of you to take with you an understanding of the amazing potential for greatness that each and every one of you have as Fortis College graduates. So today, I thought I'm going to talk a little bit about myself, and I'm going to tell a few stories, and maybe at the end of this, there will be definitely an understanding of how great each and every one of you are. The first story I would like to tell is about a lumberjack who graduated from lumberjack school. And this lumberjack, at the end of his hard work in his school, he was given an axe. A really nice, sharp axe. So this lumberjack went and he took this axe with him and he landed an amazing job. And on his first day of work, he took this axe and he chopped down 25 trees. And his boss said to him, "Wow, you did an amazing job, you're doing amazing work." And this lumberjack, he was so inspired by the kind words that his boss gave him, that he went out the next day and he worked really hard, but this time he only cut down 20 trees. So then on the third day, this lumberjack worked extra hard and really wanted to impress his boss because he had this wonderful job, but this time the lumberjack only cut down 10 trees. So the lumberjack went to his boss and he said, "I don't understand, I'm working really, really hard every single day, but every day I cut down less and less trees." And the lumberjack's boss looked at him and he said, "When was the last time you sharpened your axe?" The lumberjack said, "Sharpened my axe? Well, I've been so busy working so hard that I've not had time to sharpen my axe." And the moral of this story is we often think what we've already learned is enough, and we don't take time to sharpen our skills. So one of the things that I want you to take with you today when you leave and embark on your amazing journey of greatness is don't forget to sharpen your axe. Continue on and continue to hone your skills each and every day. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit of a personal story. Talk about my 70-year-old Marine Corps vet father. When I was growing up, my dad told me to never think or utter one of the worst four-letter words on this planet. And that four-letter word is can't. Because you see, my 70-year-old Marine Corps father is not afraid to die on a treadmill. I'll go home for the weekend. As a matter of fact, last weekend I went home and my dad, he wakes me up in the morning and he will do the whole and let me know that, hey, it's time to go downstairs and ride the treadmill, and we have these treadmills right next to each other. And we'll be walking on the treadmill and walking on the treadmill. And I'll say, "Dad, getting kind of hungry. You ready for breakfast?" "Yeah, I'm ready when you are." "Okay. Yeah, okay, well let's finish this up and let's go to breakfast." "Okay, let me know when you're ready." My dad will walk on that treadmill after I stop. He is not afraid to die on that treadmill, and he will never say can't. And in May of 2011, my mother had a stroke, and she was told that she would never walk again. And on that very somber journey home, that first day from the hospital with my dad looked at me and he said, your mom will walk again. And this Mother's Day, when I went home last weekend, I watched my father walk my mother down the steps. So can't has never been in his vocabulary. I try my hardest not to let that word come into mine. And the second thing that I want you to take with you today is you are now Fortis College graduates, and there's nothing that you can't do. Bear with me for a couple more minutes before we have these amazing graduates come up on the stage. I'm going to tell you one last story, one last tall tale. And this story is about a bunch of frogs. And these frogs, they had this jumping contest. And a crowd started to gather as these frogs tried to jump above this huge, high tower. As these frogs were jumping, trying to reach the top of the tower, all of this crowd came around this big audience.